We got Keiss, and it's so nice. I'm so excited. This character, I don't know what the hell they were thinking when they made this character, but I love it. He's ridiculously good. Okay, I've seen some people like, well, he's, you know, I already have other launchers. He's not your typical launcher. He isn't. I mean, I don't think I really need to explain what Keiss does. Maybe I do, because some people seem to not know. I mean, he came around in the Chaos era, so I am seeing newer players that started since his character event, kind of wondering what he's all about. And that's his LD, by the way. He does like this roundhouse kick, flash kick, uppercut off the screen. It's pretty cool. I like the animation for it. But anyway, he doesn't even initiate launches. What he does is he sets other people up to initiate launches. And he batteries while he's in mid-launch, as you just saw. So if you pair him up with other launchers, you're just doing big, ridiculous damage that should be illegal. Dark Knight Cecil would definitely be here instead of Ramza if this stage didn't absorb the dark element, but it does. Otherwise, you know he would be here. Those two, Keiss and Dark Knight Cecil, should seriously be illegal. It's so lethal. They just, that first boss rush when Dark Knight Cecil got the LD, I almost felt bad for that dragon. Almost though, not quite. It would have been nice if we were awarded the Cloud LD boards by the time that this event came out, like JP had, but he doesn't need them, to be honest. I mean, he just trounces this. Even if Keiss isn't here, Cloud is a really good pick. This is not my first run of this either. This is actually my third, because, okay, alright, quick story. So the first time I did this, I actually screwed up because I was not thinking about, you'll see it in a second. They're about to get this green aura, and when that green aura is up, they will sap your health until you launch them. And the launch has to be for, I probably don't have it exactly, I think it's like 220k or 240k in a launch, which isn't hard to do with Keiss on the team. Or Ramza, or Cloud with good battery. So that's not really that big of a deal. But the big deal is the HP requirement is really low. It's like 9,500 or something. So if you leave that on for too long and it saps you and you forget to heal it, you'll just fail the HP requirement. It's not like RCL is, where even if you're getting sapped like crazy, you can just rush it down and still win. This one's not like that. You got to do something about that. And I made the mistake of assuming it was going to be like RCL is, and it's not. So then I went back and did it again, and then the video stopped halfway through. I'm like, okay, I'm going back in this time, and I'll do it. The second time I did the HP just fine. But I dropped the turn count this time, which is pretty cool. Going back, I didn't mention this before. It makes no sense for me to pop the Onion Night call before I went in here. Like, no sense whatsoever. I should have saved that for later. But, because what I was trying to do is time it so that when Keiss queued up launches for Cloud, instead of just going right into finishing touch, because it makes no sense to do that if you have a launch queued up already. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just use the free C65, get the launch, and then I'll use the Meteorite. So I'll get 2 full battery launches for the cost of 1 turn. And the Onion Night call would have given me... Yeah, this is all Captain Hindsight. I don't need to go on about this. It's boring. I think you guys understand where I'm going with it. But see, look. Yeah, the green aura is gone now. They will bring it back, so be wary of that. It's another reason Paladin Cecil is good here, because if you just have more health than you normally would, you don't really have to worry about that if you're launching consistently. But a Paladin Cecil call works too, which is what I opted for. My Ramza has the Paladin call. You see it back already. But this one really isn't so bad. I mean, I've even seen people beat this without like heavy launch teams. The turn requirement's really low. It's like 55 or something. And they're immune to all sorts of stuff. They're not immune to HP silence though, which is weird. I thought they maybe would have been, but they're not. They're even immune to terror. Like, they still have Eldnarsh in mind because of how cheesy he can be. Like, you're not allowed to bring Eldnarsh. Well, you can, but probably wouldn't be a good idea. I don't remember everything else they're immune to, but they're immune to sap, poison, sleep. They had Edward in mind, and terror, and maybe some other stuff. And it's 55 turns, and they get this aura. So they're basically begging us to just not give them turns and just juggle them and do big damage really quickly. So that's what we're gonna do. So we can pop this EX, get another launch. And this is pretty sweet because when this Ramza leaves, mine is gonna come back with 2 LDs left. And the Paladin Cecil call to heal everybody up. Calculation. Yeah, I miss using this dude. It's not like he ever fell off either. I mean, he's been good the whole time. Oh no, I was gonna get into this and I lost my train of thought. Just a quick story, a personal experience for me for how good Keiss is. The Crystal Chronicles podcast, they came out with a TCC challenge. This was back during the Italian character event. And their TCC Extreme Challenge, they made it Sonic the Hedgehog themed, which was kind of cool. They called it Gotta Go Fast. And they had like a blue crystal logo with like the Sonic emblem around it. And the whole thing was you have, the requirements were, I mean, there was a band list. I don't remember who all it was, but Ami and some other people. And they said you have to bring 1 blue crystal character and you have to beat this stage in, I think it was under 50 turns. Which, given the, and you can't burst either. So, given all those requirements and the band list, it was like, okay, we really got to think about what we're doing here. The stage is range and resist, and we did not have access to nearly as many elemental enchanters as we do now. So, unless you want to somehow bring Lulu there or something, you're not going to get it through in 50 turns. Oh, well, if you had Fujin, Fujin probably would have been good. But I didn't have Fujin at the time. So I'm like, okay, I got to figure something out. So I went with Zidane, Blue Crystal, Charlotta, and Keiss. There is no elemental enchant for Keiss at all, and it doesn't even matter. You pair Keiss up with other launchers, it doesn't matter if his damage is resisted or not. He'll still battery in a launch just the same. Like, his hits on the ground were terrible, but it didn't even matter. We managed to get, it was like 40 turns or something. And that's not a flex, that's just me explaining one of the reasons why I'm such a fan of this character. He's just so damn good. And in fact, the Tonberry troop on that card, if you look at it, they really had to stretch to find some cons with the guy. And I'm not faulting them, that's just the way he's built. Like, pretty much all they said was, his only AoE Brave Shave is his EX, which is true. I got Pixel, that sucks. Whatever. Yeah, the only AoE Brave Shave is his EX, and not all bosses can be launched. Not all, only like, so 99.9% of bosses is gonna be great, but don't bring him to Ultimate Alexander. Okay, video's over. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.